And we're on.
We're back in Guest City,
We're back.
baby. We're back in Guest City.
Guest City, we're always visiting, but
we're
we're
always
never,
we never
we're not residents.
we never get an Airbnb
No, we
in
don't,
Guest
we don't,
City.
we
Where
don't.
we should probably look at getting some land.
Getting some land.
maybe
I
set-
thought this was me getting the Airbnb. Like you guys are.
Yeah,
you guys
true.
Are
Well,
hosting
okay,
me.
all right.
Like,
Yeah.
We're going to buy an
right, okay, this
Airbnb so Smooth Jones can roll in.
So you've got the Airbnb in Guest City, and we
Yeah.
run Guest City.
I guess
We're the
we run
mayor
that.
of
Yeah,
Guest
I guess
City.
we are.
That's exactly right.
Right,
Like,
okay.
that's-
Well, without further ado, welcome to the Airbnb of Wormholes. Welcome to the podcast, and we'd like to give a rousing introduction to another old friend of mine, Dylan Smooth Jones Sawyer. That actually does roll off the tongue pretty well.
Yeah,
I
think that sounds pretty good.
That's got a fucking excellent delivery to
Well,
it as well.
Yeah.
We're going to get into a sec about you playing trumpet, but that is the most jazz name ever.
Oh,
right?
yeah, you could
so
start a
Dylan
fucking-
Smooth Jones Sawyer
a
has been
Japanese alt funk. Fucking,
yes.
yeah,
Oh, dude, there you go. I like that.
That's something I could do on the side.
Yes, there we
killer.
go. Well, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for being here, man.
We wanted to get you on because you've got some pretty fucking cool stories to tell about being a 16-year veteran musician playing every instrument. Now you're working at a gin distillery and making cocktails for the last 10 years. We want to unpack all of that. But yeah, thanks much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Let's
guys.
kick it off. What's your favorite cocktail?
Oh, mate. Honestly, at the moment, it's an old fashioned. Like,
Yeah, okay.
doesn't matter if I'm mixing whiskey, bourbon, or gin. It's fucking
Just
delicious.
neat or
Like,
just on the rocks?
Yeah,
or?
just on the
yeah,
rocks.
okay.
Yeah.
gotta keep it just a little
Love
bit
it.
cool.
Love
Is that because now you're starting to have such high quality stuff that you're like, this doesn't need any of this?
Not
Fancy
just that,
schmancy,
but like
or-
also over drinking for how long. I've been drinking shit and then sort of gradually increasing to just like such high quality stuff. My taste buds have gone, hey, this is where we're at. All right, we can actually enjoy all this now. Instead of like go back 5 years, I would have drank a decent scotch and gone, nah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've refined yourself a little
Yeah,
bit.
the taste buds. Well, it's like me, how like red wine was the worst thing in the world when I was like younger, and now I fucking love it so much. Like,
Yeah.
I'm such a connoisseur of a nice Shiraz or a Merlot,
Yeah. Yeah.
Merlot for the
Merlot.
bogans listening.
Merlot.
What about the old Tempranillo?
Yeah, well, it just depends. That's normally a little bit higher on the price range, and I am still from Blakeview.
Well, you would know. I've used to get this red wine that actually was like slightly carbonated, and you'd put it in the like the fridge, and it's like a different type. It's obviously not Sauvignon Blanc or anything like that. Do you know what it is?
Yeah, it's just a sparkling red
yeah, it's
wine.
just called a
Is
sparkling
that
red.
all it is?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sparkling
Oh, I
red.
thought there was like a particular thing of it. Like,
No, it's too bogan to be have a really
you,
special
you
name.
can get some like higher quality sparkling reds, but
Yeah.
like they're a bit funky.
yeah. We always like because we want to chill it. We want to like put it in the
Yeah,
freezer. We
that's-
never like warm.
Nah,
Red.
Yeah, no, that shit is
Yeah.
nice though. It's fucking tasty. I
Yeah.
had a mate of mine, like a girlfriend, that used to smash the sparkling reds, and I could down a bottle or two of that without
Do you know what I noticed about red wine in terms of the drunk? It's happy as fuck. I get
Oh, yeah.
real happy for
Yeah.
some reason.
But I get blackout on red
Oh,
wine.
do you?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, all
like-
my worst, like I've completely lost control is normally like red wine.
No shit.
involved. Yeah.
Yeah, right. But is that
Um,
also mixing it with? Because I know when
Oh
you
yeah,
start mixing,
definitely,
yeah,
definitely. Because like if I never really drink enough red wine on its own, because I'd need to have like 2 or 3 bottles in quick succession. But it's normally like if I'd had a bottle at the beginning of the night, then that it just I end up blackout before I even fucking know it.
Right.
Or the worst thing is that I start on beers or whatever, and then someone pulls out a fucking bottle, or I see someone drink a glass, and I'm like, yeah, I want red wine, and then that's just fucking
That's
good night,
it.
Irene.
Yeah.
For me.
Okay.
Just such high alcohol volume.
Yeah.
It just hits me differently, but I fucking love this shit. It's
Yeah.
good. It's good stuff. Do you have a favorite like whiskey or something, man?
Oh mate, I love Suntory whiskeys, like
Oh.
the Japanese stuff. It is-
Suntory just fucking slap
It's
at everything.
really
they do,
good
eh?
from like the bottom of the barrel to you go spend $600 in a bottle, and you go, you know what? I'm not gonna drink this for another 6 months because I want to make this last.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Suntory, obviously, we've had the 196s,
Yeah,
which are
they're-
fucking hell good.
yeah.
They do that cool
Yeah,
iced
that-
coffee, isn't it? So they do whiskey.
Well, they
and
own
stuff as
Jim
well.
Beam. They
Yeah.
Oh,
own,
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
they're a
Dude.
massive like
Okay.
They are
conglomerate.
one of the biggest like beverage brands in the world.
Got it. No shit. Okay. I've never really seen the name up until
Until now, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
I'm noticing it. I don't know if I don't think they labeled their stuff. Suntory until recently.
Yeah.
So I think they've started actually advertising themselves as a brand with releasing drinks like the 196s.
Yeah.
And now you're starting to see it on everything.
Bringing it back.
But yeah, that's like, so I tried those 196s, which I think are fucking amazing. Like it's
They honestly are.
The actual natural lemon flavor in them, as opposed to that really artificial, like lemon rusky fucking, that kind of gross fake lemon.
Yeah.
They're so good. And like 1.6 drinks in a little hand grenade, like it's amazing.
Yeah.
And then, so I noticed the Suntory. That was the first time I saw it. Then I'm in the shops and I was like, those canned coffees are normally fucking horrendous. Like I bought one a year or so ago and I threw it in the bin within a sip. It was and I was like, you know what? I saw the Suntory on there and I'm like, I reckon this is going to be good. Like I had a feeling because of the whole lemon thing. I was like, and it's fucking their killer. You like him. You brocked up one with here tonight. So,
well, that's exactly how I got onto him. Like I've been drinking the whiskey for fucking years now.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, iced coffee. Like I fucking hate iced coffee.
Yeah.
All right. I'll give it a shot. And I haven't turned back. Like,
wow.
Actually smash it.
It tastes like real coffee in a can, which is
it does.
Almost impossible to think. Because I can't, when I was in high school, I used to have like a Farmers Union iced coffee a day. I couldn't even drink a quarter of one of those now.
They're so sugary.
That shit tastes so foul.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't even drink really cow's milk anymore either. But any of those dare, like any of that shit, it just makes me feel physically ill. I can't believe I used to smash one of those a day. I wonder I was a fucking fat piece of shit by 20. But
it's the sugar, bro. It's the sugar.
So we said music, man. Let's unpack your journey. You mentioned just before we got on air, you've been playing drums for 16 years. That's how you started.
Yeah.
How did you find the drums? Get into them? Talk us through your whole from drums to trumpet.
It's one of my favorite stories to just throw at people. Like one day I was sitting in maths. I got up to go take a piss. I was at St. Columba. You ever go there?
No, I didn't, but I'm familiar.
The 2-story high school. So I went upstairs. I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go the long way. I'm going to go to one of the fucking toilets and take, 15, 20 minutes. I saw this kid playing drums in the middle of a lesson. I was just like, what? I can be doing that instead of maths. Like, I fucking hated my maths teacher. So I got into fucking playing a lesson or two every now and then. And I was just like, fuck yeah, I get to skip a whole lesson in maths because I am fucking a wizard at this. And then all of a sudden my grandpa rocked up with a kit and I was just like, this is it. Here we go. And that's what started me going. I got to see live bands. I got to see drummers being fucking weirdos, getting up, fucking kicking things over, doing flips. And now I'm going, all right, that could be me.
Fuck yeah.
I can be doing that. I can be doing that my own way and going, yeah, that's me. That's Dylan. That's Smooth. That's Jones.
And that's the legacy.
That's the legacy, right there. Well, let's end the pod.
Yeah, we're done.
We can't really go any higher than that. So you start playing drums. What are your music tastes at that very moment in time in your life?
Oh mate, the Beastie Boys. They were the biggest thing for me. And then I guess like you move into Chili Peppers, fucking System, fucking Disturbed, fucking. Well, what else was I going at that point?
Were you like down with the sickness on the drums? The dun, 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 dun,
I never really listened to Disturbed for like the drums. I listened to it for the rest of it because the rest of it was a little bit more chaotic than the drums.
Yeah.
Car Bomb. That was the other one.
Oh, I've heard about them, but I've never actually listened to them. What kind of music is that?
Chaos.
Oh, really?
Like if you've ever listened to any gent prog, any of that shit, if you take it back 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, that's what Car Bomb was.
Wow.
So when they were just like experimenting with just proggy fucking chaos.
And you listen to it and you just be like, what the fuck? Where has this been my whole life? All right, yeah, sick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. I've heard of them too, but I've never listened to them. That's interesting.
Yeah, right.
That's something I'm definitely going to go fucking check out now. On the way home, I'll just be booking in the car.
With the car bomb.
With the car bomb.
Get the car bomb in the car.
And so you got the kid at home, and did you keep taking lessons? Were you pretty much self-taught, or?
Kept taking lessons for a couple of years. I got moved into another school, and then it was just self-taught from there. After getting kicked out of home, didn't really have a kit until I was about 18, 19.
Yep.
Got to buy my first kit and I was like, holy shit, here we are.
Yeah.
Started taking lessons when I was like 23, 24.
Yeah.
Did that for like a year or so and the rest is just self-taught.
Yeah. And you've still got a fair bit of your own. Like you've got a pretty big setup still now, don't you?
Honestly, not as big as people think. Like, most of my setup is unbuilt drums.
Yeah.
Like, collected a whole bunch of shit, and I was like, you know what, I can build this for a project kit, and I've just kind of been sitting there while I've been buying other shit.
Did you get an electric kit as well at some point in time? Do you still have that now?
Oh yeah,
I would fucking love to
love
have an
to.
electric
Yeah,
kid. Yeah.
best investment.
What's the
Like,
going rate for like a Roland, like just a standard electric kit these days? Used.
About what 1,100 to 1,800 for something decent.
Okay,
not
so
too
there's
bad.
still like a decent, like a guitar, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And so for you, obviously, growing up playing a standard kit, what are the big advantages that you've noticed with having an electric?
Right. It's quiet.
Noise.
Yeah.
That's a legit
Noise,
thing.
yeah.
That was the only thing that fucking I did for ages, and studied sound engineering, fucking learn about all the shit you can do with the fucking VST.
So
And
where'd you do your sound engineering study?
SAE.
SAE, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so I went to TAFE and
No
did
shit.
the diploma of sound production at TAFE.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, I know a few people that actually went to SAE.
Look,
Yeah.
SAE was fucking mental. Like,
Yeah.
the first thing I learned was how to record to tape, and I was just like, hell yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
gonna
killer.
use this.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm never ever
One
going
of
to use
those-
this because
well,
it's so fucking expensive. But
Yeah,
yeah.
it's one of those like our
now,
whole
like-
entire education ever was full of things that we were never going to
Never gonna
actually
do.
fucking use in real
Yeah,
life.
we used like a
None
Neve-
of those were cool though.
We were
but this
using like a
sounds-
Neve console and shit like that, and I was like, we're
Oh.
never going to get to use this. Like, when are we ever going to really get to do? We're going to go to Abbey Road Studios and record my fucking
Yeah.
solo project. Like,
Yeah, my prog fucking
Yeah.
gen project. Yeah, absolutely. And when did you finish that?
Honestly, I think like 7 years ago.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, that was a hectic point in Dylan's life.
Yeah. You played drums, and then you've obviously started picking up other instruments.
Yeah.
You mentioned before, so bass was the next thing that you picked up. Was there any reason other than just fuck it, I'm just a music man now? Was it just like a complete interest in everything music? What kind of led you to
It was
learn more?
doing the adult reentry thing, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go do music. That's gonna be an easy one to get my fucking the year 12 certificate, whatever the fuck it's
Yeah,
called.
okay.
And then my music teacher was like, you can't just do drums. Like, you got to do something else. And I was like, Chili Peppers, Flea's a sick bassist. I'll play bass.
yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
were you learn like the thumping and the
I didn't
more-
start doing that until
you were just pick.
late.
You were
Yeah.
straight up pick.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
fingers,
just
fingers,
fingers. Yeah,
fingers the
okay.
whole way through, man.
Yeah.
Pick is the devil.
Yeah. And so we're gonna get to your current band, but
Yeah.
we've got a bit more to cover first before we get to
Oh
there.
yeah.
Any high school bands? Any bands from back in the day?
Honestly, not really. Like,
No, yeah, you weren't.
There were bands when I was about 20, but they all just kind of flopped before anything happened. Because
Yeah.
I found out that I'm autistic and I have ADHD.
Right.
And that's been a big contribution as to why people can't be around me properly, because they can't understand how to communicate.
Yeah,
And I
of course,
don't know how
because
to
your
do that.
mind operates differently, and I guess like I know like a common trait with ADHD is like being very specific about things, but at the same time being very not specific about other things. And
Yeah.
to people that can't understand that, I can imagine in a band situation where everybody kind of needs to be on the same level to some degree, that would have been hard.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And also you mentioned so it was an autism and ADHD diagnosis. So then you've got the whole emotional intelligence side of the autism spectrum, where you're like being manic and whatever from the ADHD, but then also not understanding how these things are affecting people and whatever else and that kind of stuff. And obviously it's easy for you to start working on now, but how old were you when you got the diagnosis?
It would have been like 2 years ago.
That's crazy.
Right. Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's like it's only just started making sense to me, and it's like,
Yep.
holy shit, man! I wish I had known about these things back then. I
Yeah.
could have saved so many different things.
Yeah. And that's I've got a good friend as well, and she's just been diagnosed. That's the crazy thing. The amount of girls that are being diagnosed with ADHD now,
Yeah.
which was just, do you remember any girl ever being told that they had ADHD when they were
No,
kids?
I don't.
Every
I
fucking
really
boy
don't.
who had a behavioral issue
Yeah.
was ADHD.
Yeah.
And then, which was misdiagnosed half the time, drugged incorrectly half the time.
Yeah.
But none of the girls, they were always just troublemakers or
Yeah.
something fucking really dismissive and pathetic. And now all of these girls are like, yeah, I struggled with study. I couldn't focus, all of these things. And they're like, yeah, it's ADHD. And they're like, I'm fucking 31 now. Like, do you know how much this would have made a difference to my life? And some of them, like, not even needing medication or whatever. Some of them just needed to know, oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And here's the things that I can do. I can create these lists. I can manage my time this way.
And because it would stop you from spiraling. Because if you
Yep.
know what your problem is, instead of just stewing on it and fucking being like, I don't know why I'm like this, and maybe I need to do this to try and fix it. You didn't really have a path, I guess. So a lot of these people didn't have a path. So it's like now that like yourself and all these other people that have recently been diagnosed, you're like, all right, now I know this is what I need to do to at least follow this path to getting, you know.
And it'd be so weird feeling like, you know, you're supposed to be this way because everyone else is this way and no one's ever told you that you're allowed to experience things, feel things, understand things differently. So you're just like trying to keep up with everyone else, but you physically can't. So getting that like relief of like, oh, no, I am actually supposed to go about it in a completely different way. And now that I've started doing that, God, I feel fucking things are way easier. You know, it's good. It's good that we're getting to a point where that's now, you know, becoming more common, where we're getting the right diagnosis for people, but it just fucking sucks for these, you know, people like yourself how old would have you been when that?
Right. But 26.
Yeah.
That's a fucking long time to not have that.
The worst thing is the only reason it happened was I kept being asked one question: why can't you be normal? And I was just like that, and that was the one thing you just sets you off into that giant spiral again. You're like, fuck, how did I get back down here? How the fuck do I get out of here? All right, I need some help.
Yeah.
Was there anything in particular that triggered you going and having that conversation and finding that out? I guess because someone might listen.
No. It was just being asked that in an argument. It was just like, why is this argument happening? Why are you screaming at me? Why can't you be normal? What? Why can't I be normal? What is normal?
Yeah.
Like,
which is, I mean, that's a very shit fucking statement as it is. But if it was the catalyst for you being able to then, you know, it is good, I guess, in that sense. But it is hard because, I mean, fuck, what is normal, really?
Yeah.
You know,
well, these days.
We're all absolutely,
we're all
fucked up creatures.
In some way.
And that's so cool though, man, that you've been able to find that. And now, I mean, look, you know, we've just talked about how much you've been absolutely killing shit with the work side of things. So let's branch off into that because that starts 10 years ago as well.
Well, almost like literally about a year after we met. That's when the work life started.
Yeah. And so where did it start? What was your first job in hospitality?
Working at the German club.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It was fucking awesome.
Fuck yeah.
I've known lots of mates that have done comedy gigs there, but I never actually have. They used to do stuff there all the time.
Dude, they've made it into a new venue. Yeah. Get in there.
Okay.
Yeah?
Like, it is a fucking mental venue.
Yeah, wow. Because no one's doing anything there at the moment. So do you still have any contacts in there?
Nah. Like, it's someone else owns the building now.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have to start trying to.
How recently did they do that? Because I went Fringe there 2020, maybe it would have been, and it didn't look like it was redone.
Nah, I think all that's happened is just a change of ownership for the building. I think there's been a basic redo over the last year and a half.
Right. Okay.
But like very, very recently.
Right. Yeah. Cool. So after that, where did you spend most of your time over the last, I'd say, 10 years?
Wow.
Was there one place in particular you were just like, fuck, I was here for ages?
Nah, it was like year and a half at the German club. Spent year and a half at Holy Moly. There was a period of doing way too many drugs and going to nightclubs every day of the week for like 2 or 3 years. I
guess if you're out in town, it's just like natural to be like, all right, I'm finished my shift. I'm gonna fucking go to Reds or wherever you end up going. Yeah.
And then you start working in the nightclubs.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Look, and if you have any idea in what working in hospitality is like, don't do nightclubs. They are not fun. They will ruin nightclubs for you.
Yeah, well, I can only imagine. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that they've gone and worked in it and they've actually liked it. I've known a lot of MCs. We got a mate that, was doing photography and that in them, and it's just so different being on the other side of the fence.
Yeah.
My mate that was an MC at Reds for like 10 years and he just dreaded it. He went from, I remember him going down to just every second Saturday because of just how fucking grueling it was, and then eventually just being like, I can't fucking do this anymore. But it was the best paid job he could get.
Yeah.
But he was a DJ, but they didn't want his kind of music because he was more of a he was a guy that used to, do you remember Sound Pond?
Yeah.
Back in the day? Yeah. So it was him and his mate that started Sound Pond.
No shit.
So he was a, very big like grime, garage, like UK DJ, which they never wanted.
Not exactly
at Reds.
Mainstream.
But because he was like from the UK and had a great voice and could MC, they fucking loved him there. And they were paying him a stupid amount of money, but it was just such a soul-crushing gig being an MC at Reds.
Yeah, every weekend.
And every week just being like fucking... No, I don't know if he did that.
Put your hands up.
No, he definitely did.
Yeah.
You go into Reds, that you've got to hear that.
You've got to hear the...
You got to
We always used to talk about the fucking... the London one, and he would just the whole night just go face down, ass up. That's the way we like it. I'm like, fuck, dude.
You're like, come on, man.
How many songs can you say this over? But yeah. So you're right now. You're working at Three Little Birds.
Yeah,
Did I
that's
get
the
that
one.
right? Fuck
Three
yeah,
Little
dude.
Birds, yeah.
And they're a distillery that focuses on gin,
Oh yeah.
but they've got a little cocktail bar in the distillery as well.
Nah, the distillery is separate from the bar.
Okay.
Like, the tasting room is based around a fucking wood fire pizza oven.
Oh, sick.
Dude.
We need
Yeah,
to check
they-
this
they
out,
To
bro.
this fucking place.
Yeah, that's you got to keep the secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what? So what's is the bar have a name?
No, it's just Three Little Birds Distilling.
Yeah.
Three
And
Little
that's
Birds,
the easiest
yeah.
way to find it.
And where is it located?
Mile End, so
Yeah,
next
okay,
to the
yeah.
Mile End
Oh,
pub.
okay, cool.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go down there
Yeah,
one time,
definitely.
get a wood oven pizza. And when are they
definitely.
open?
We do Wednesday to Sunday.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Hope
so
they're paying you well
what
enough
time's
because
the
they've
sa-
just got
what's
a
that-
massive plug on the fucking
What's
podcast.
a Saturday night close time or Friday night close time down there?
Generally like 10:30, 11.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Okay.
So you go there after work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, killer.
Yeah,
killer.
fuck yeah, dude. That's
Mate.
killer. And how long have you been there for now?
Oh, it's been what, like 3-4 months?
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And was that the little place that I tried to come and see you at? Was that the place you were at last? I can't even think. The one that
Nah.
just opened.
Oh, honestly, I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, you've just.
Like, I reckon that might have been Blue Venus. And
I think it was. Yeah.
yeah, that's fucking shut.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, that was horribly run. The dude who owned it stole my menu.
What?
Wow.
Stole your menu.
Yeah, he employed me there. I was there for 2 weeks. I wrote him up a full cocktail menu, and then I went in and I was just like, "You gonna pay me?" And he was like, "Oh," and I was like, "Look, I mean, you're either paying me or I'm taking cash out the drawer."
Yeah.
And he's like, "All right, well, don't come back." And I was like, "Later."
Wow. So you basically set the foundation of his menu up,
Yeah,
right? And then he's like, I'm not gonna fucking pay you, bad luck.
yeah,
And then you were just like, all right, well, all that fucking hard work for literally nothing.
yeah.
Yeah, that would leave the sourest taste in your mouth, eh?
So they just renovated that whole thing and they've gone under straight away.
Yeah, pretty much.
Amazing. Is there anything else going in that? Because that's
Yeah.
that
Corner.
little alleyway now is going
Dude,
off.
Where's this?
So you know Haynes and Co, Shotgun Willie's, Memphis Blues. You know where Pancake Kitchen is?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Alleyway
that,
near
that
Pancake.
alleyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, dude, if you want a good drink,
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
there.
We went
Okay,
to
okay.
so the downstairs of
Yeah.
where that was.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
just opened as well.
Yeah.
I went there and almost got kicked out for grabbing someone else's drink off the bar. I was very drunk. I didn't realize what I was doing. She was like, "Not yours," and I went to just be like the bogan to me to be like, "Yeah, fine." I was like, "Oh, sorry," and then walked away, and they didn't kick me out, but I could tell that was what was coming next.
Yeah.
And then the other bar across where the cigar bar,
Yeah.
which I haven't actually got to go and have a fucking cigar at, which I
Right.
want to do.
You will die.
Yeah.
Like that is
Yeah.
one of my favorite bars. That's Haynes and Co.
Yeah.
And like you will get any kind of drink that your brain could imagine.
So-
you will get the most delicious cigars and snacks.
I had
Okay.
like some sort of tequila cocktail. Like it was either like but it wasn't just a standard margarita. Like it was something more intense
Yeah.
than that. And it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And that was like, it was there because we went there first, then to the other little one. And that's why I was so fucked that I was trying to grab drinks off the bar.
Yeah.
Do they do a mean espresso martini down there, or?
Yeah, you don't want an espresso martini, man. That's
No?
a basic bitch drink.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I'm just
okay.
saying
Look.
you can base somewhere
Oh
off
yeah.
of their basic bitch drinks. You know what I mean? Like,
That's
Yeah.
true.
But the one thing you go in there and ask for is a splice.
okay,
Right,
all
okay.
right.
You remember
after the ice cream?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it tastes exactly like the ice cream.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
my
shit.
partner's favorite cocktail everywhere we go. If they've got a splice on the menu, she's fucking happy. So
This is a splice unlike any other.
really,
Yeah? He
Like,
rates it highly.
Have you ever had pandan?
no,
No.
Pandan is the base of this drink. Like pandan is a very, very interesting sweet Asian fruit that
Okay.
like it's a delicious looking green. Like it's almost the green of my fucking shoes.
yeah, wow,
Right.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
like
right.
these guys base a couple little syrups around that. And for this cocktail, they use one in that and it is just divine.
No,
we got to
shit.
have some nights out. We need to do fucking
Yeah.
teppanyaki.
Yeah.
We need to go down to this fucking distillery, and I need to take you to this place because it's
Yeah.
fucking sick in there,
Yeah.
and it's so busy all the time.
Oh yeah.
Like I've
Like-
never seen a lineup out of like a little like bar like that before.
Yeah.
Like you're at fucking HQ back in the day, but you're just trying to
Yeah.
get a seat in a cigar bar.
Well, once it's not fucking -6 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be,
Now's the time. That wouldn't
Yeah.
be so busy.
Yeah, I guess
But
so.
no.
Yeah.
When it
I
hits-
will say we've got a wood fire pizza oven.
Yeah.
We'll go to that
true.
one.
Yeah, we'll go to that one. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like a winter place to go.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
The cigar bar definitely is one. Most of the seating is outside. There's not much indoor seating.
Yeah.
It's
So that's
not what you want.
definitely that's definitely not a winter one. So you were mentioning before that the finishing the course was a fuck time in your life. You obviously, said that it was obviously 10 years before 10 years ago that you started working in hospitality.
Yeah.
What was you must have been finishing the course. If you did that 7 years ago, you were already working in hospitality at that time.
Yeah. That was like in that little break period where I started making a lot of dumb decisions.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Talk us through that. Take us down the darkness.
You went to black market. You
Yeah.
saw the things
Black
that
market
happened
was
at black
amazing.
market.
Yeah.
So I became a really, really good dealer out of black market.
Yeah.
And the amount of pills I used to move for people,
Got out of hand or what?
I got held over the fucking balcony by my throat
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
because one of the Hells Angels had come in thinking I was selling pills on his turf, and it's a Hells Angels run club. I'm getting pills from the Hells Angels to sell in this club.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Got sorted out. And
Yeah.
just sort
Yeah.
of like, wow, I can make even more money out of this.
Yeah.
Like, I just got
Yeah.
paid even more money to shut up.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you start selling pills in HQ.
Yeah.
And then you go from like selling 200 a night to selling 5,000 a night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild, man. And then at that point, you're like, all right, do I keep going and trying to go bigger and bigger and bigger, or are the fucking feds on my fucking asshole waiting around the corner to fucking knock me out and take me away for a long time? That, at that point,
Oh, no.
or was that never crossing your mind?
The growing up in the northern suburbs taught me some things about being paranoid,
Yeah,
and it never really crossed my mind.
yeah, okay.
Like, walk into a festival with more MD and more pills up your ass than you could ever imagine. Like, I put the pills in my ass to take them.
Yeah.
But the MD was all there. I thought about selling it. I
Yeah.
started sweating, all the caps stuck together, and I was like, oh, well, can't sell this.
Oh, fuck.
bro.
I shelved an ounce of, I ate an ounce of MD. I shelved a 10-pack of pills and devoured, I don't know, quarter ounce of Coke.
Fucking hell, dude.
Dude, that's
That
How are
was-
you still alive?
That was the end of that course.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wound up in hospital for like 9 months.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. That is a lot of
What,
fucking
just
time.
on like psych or
No,
sickness?
Physically?
I was at Futures. At some point over the day, I was dancing and sliced my chin. I woke up the next day with a fist-sized cyst in my face. It was pressing on my throat. Couldn't breathe. Went to hospital. Had it
Wow.
removed. And then they were like, "Oh, where's your white blood cells?"
Oh, okay. So they
'Cause-
had recognized that there was some kind of internal problem, and from obviously
Oh, yeah,
months and months.
Type 1 diabetic as well.
Oh,
So
Right.
shit.
Right.
Yeah, that's why when things went down when I was living in that house,
Yes.
like Tim was just like,
Yeah.
holy shit, like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was it.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that now. That's coming back to me now as well about that crash.
So
Yeah.
was
When
you
that
had the bad
was
crash
that
that
whole futures thing, and then the cyst, and then going like, all right, I've just fucking basically OD'd here to a certain degree. Like, was that where you were like, all right, I need to make some change now, or
Yeah, and I was just like, look, I've already got some fucking skills under my belt. Like, I can fucking do something better than this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
from then on, it was just like, you know what? I've cut contact with all those dumb people. I can make some smarter decisions.
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and then obviously, rolling into now where you've then had the diagnosis, like obviously that's kind of, we piece the puzzle together. You've come out of that, but then you're struggling with your whole, you want to start these bands or you're
Yeah.
having these friendships or whatever that aren't going well because, they're not understanding and you're not able to help them understand you.
Yeah.
So it seems like, obviously from everything I can tell, you're in a pretty good place now with all of that. Is there anything?
Honestly, I'm in the best place I've ever been.
That's so
oh,
great.
that's so good to hear. dude.
But yeah, it was an awesome realization having the other month, and I was just like on the way to Melbourne. I was like, "Fuck, man, how did I get here?" I started
Yeah.
doing the better thing for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how are you feeling
Nailed
physically?
it. How do I feel physically?
Yeah,
Less limber.
Yeah.
Remember?
Little history on my upbringing and the way my body works is in the being able to walk. I couldn't do that very well. Wanted to play soccer. Mum was like, "Oh, we'll put him in ballet. That'll teach him coordination."
Right.
So I got super coordinated. Played soccer for 10 years.
Yeah.
became a gymnast for 10 years, competed nationally.
Yep.
So I used to be an exceptionally limber, mobile human being.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess because you've gone from being fucking extremely flexible, now you're probably like, I'm a fucking robot. Whereas we're just fucking robots from day dot.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I can still dance. I can still dance like a motherfucker. But
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
But it's not as easy as what it once was.
nah, I feel it.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. So who'd you play soccer for?
Gawler.
Gawler.
Yeah, wow.
cool,
Is that where
cool.
you grew up, down that way?
Yeah.
So now you're not living that way now, though. You must be
Nah.
close to Mile End or something.
I'm in Wayville,
Wayville.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
moving into the city.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, Unley's nice. I like that.
And is there, I mean, obviously where you are now probably would have been a pipe dream at some point in time to be a brand ambassador and whatever. I mean, when you maybe started in hospitality, but is there...
Honestly, I never really thought about it. Like,
Yeah, that's
there
crazy.
was there was a point while I was in the German club that I invested quotation fingers $5,000 into the Prancing Pony, and they delivered me a fucking case of beer every fucking month for the next 2 months. Like, not 2 months, 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was just
Which
like,
I love Prancing Pony, by the way.
that's an amazing investment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get to this point in your life and you're like, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You should actually have some money out of that.
Yeah.
Those guys are big.
Yeah, they are,
Yeah.
dude. They're in every fucking bottle that sells anything remotely crafty these days.
Yeah. I was like,
And their red ale is fucking amazing as well.
oh yeah, that is the bee's knees.
Yeah, that shit is so good.
But yeah, I was like, you know what? I can make beer. Maybe I can produce the things I'm selling instead.
Yeah.
And that floated around the back of my head for a little while. And then I wound up working at Prohibition Gin.
Yep.
And like,
Which is where the sick beanie's from.
yeah, that's where I was fucking working for most of last year. And I was
Yep.
like bottling all their gin, tasting it all, fucking learning about how their back of shop works. And I was just like,
Yeah.
fuck me. Yeah, I could do this. I could do this more.
So you're making it yourself now, or
Yeah.
you're kind of like, okay, so three little bird, make sure I get it
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So that's your so you're like head chef, like head
No, I would say in training.
okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this is something I've only just started doing.
Yeah, because
Right.
you've only been there for a couple of months.
Yeah, true.
A
true.
quick little side gin. My mate got me a bottle of the Boozy Fruits gin that they did out of Big
yeah?
Shed. I fucking rate it.
Yeah?
It was very good
Like-
because
like-
I love Boozy
Yeah,
Fruit
The
beer.
boozy fruit is insane.
It was even so for my 30th birthday last year, we went to Pirate Life and then to Big Shed and then into the city, right? Did a little and it was amazing watching because like I love all, every fucking crafty imaginable pretty much, but a lot of my mates aren't into that.
Yeah.
And yet, whether it was how far into the drinks we were, but like a lot of them at Pirate Life were like just getting the fucking most, I'm not even going to try anything.
Yeah.
But then nearly everyone was like, this Boozy Fruit is amazing. I was so surprised by how much everyone fucking loved it.
Was that the one at not at Pirate Life, the place we went after that?
Yeah, Stepney.
That one where it was like basically like the main thing. Was
Yeah.
it like
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
fucking sick.
There you go, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and the thing was I tagged my mate in that they were creating a gin and I was like, I just forgot about it completely. And he rocked up a few weeks ago with a bottle of it for me. And it literally like the first taste is just every gin ever kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then the notes of the boozy fruit come through at the end.
But they come through
And they
strong,
kind of
man.
take, how like if you get like a gin that's not that high or good,
Yeah.
you'll get that classic gin taste followed by the like that, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the fruit comes in to take that away. So you get the classic gin taste,
Yeah.
then the fruit, and then that's it. And I was like,
shit.
oh, this is good. So yeah, I even just like had a couple of G&Ts with a little bit of lime with that, and I was like, this is I was fucking very, very
But it's
happy.
wild with some of the processes that they actually go through. My sister works for a gin distillery as well.
Yeah.
And she was telling me that she fucking like they even have like actual ants.
Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah, they're like little either green or red ants. I can't remember what they are.
Green ant.
Green
like,
ants, yeah.
Green ant gin. I would recommend it. Like it's something you should always do.
Yeah. And she was like, yeah, we're fucking stomping these ants and putting them in. And I'm just like, that's nuts, man. Like,
Well, here's something that fucking flipped my mind. Someone made me a gin one night, and they were like, yeah, cool. Did the gin, put the tonic or whatever, cracked pepper into it. And I was
Yeah.
like,
yeah,
what
right.
the fuck?
Okay.
And it wasn't the best thing I've ever tasted, but
It's
it
some
wasn't.
different,
But it
like-
wasn't when you think I'm putting cracked pepper into it. Like
Yeah.
the thing is, I had flashbacks. I think we've said this on the podcast before, but do you remember Charlie's back in the day?
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
all you can
fucking-
eat.
oh,
Charlie's
man.
Diner, yeah.
Right, so you'd go there for your schoolmate's birthday or whatever, And soon, if you left with your drink, like your little refillable cup on the table, because they knew you had free refills, you'd go to get a plate of food and you'd come back and you'd have a sip of your Fanta. And there was like 4 liters of pepper in the bottom of it because everyone's like quickly put pepper in your drink while you're going to get food. So like when she's cracking pepper into my fucking gin,
PTSD,
I'm having fucking Charlie's PTSD. But it was nothing like that. It actually tasted quite, you know, it was okay. It wasn't like, oh my God, I'm putting pepper in every drink I'm ever going to have. But why is that? You're the gin man. What is it with like ants and pepper and what like?
It's just adding different flavors, man.
Yeah.
Like, you just got to use whatever the fuck you got around you.
Yeah.
Like that whole segue, just the latest cocktail I've made for the fucking specials board is a fucking.
Like, I'm just jizzing in the cup. No one knows, but hey, I'm just adding flavors.
Pretty much. Like you could honestly get away with it if you know your cards right.
Yeah.
But this is called a creamy seawater.
The cream freeze.
Fucking the cocktail of the month I'm making at the moment is like a yuzu basil fucking, I don't know, martini almost.
Okay.
But I was sitting there cracking salt, and then I was getting flashbacks of exactly the same thing, except I used to put salt in people's drinks because that just makes fucking sugary drinks fucking horrid.
Yeah, of course. So obviously you mentioned at the beginning that you like the you know, just like the neat whiskeys and stuff now.
Yeah.
There must be a cocktail. Like we know that's your favorite, but if you are making a cocktail,
Let's go for an old fashioned.
Yeah,
seriously.
Okay. Okay. Is there something? All right, let's say something. Is there an extravagant one that is fucking? There's 15 different things going into it. Is there anything like that you enjoy?
Just a little bit of passion fruit syrup. That's all you really need.
Yeah,
he's gone so far off the other end of the spectrum.
That's right.
Now
Yeah,
let's look back.
Like, no, I'm look back to
come back just straight.
Plain, simple, like keep it as original as possible without fucking taking away from the flavors of the alcohol.
Yeah, okay. Because that's the problem, is that the cocktail bar at every pub ever is like 50 different things all mashing together. Like in saying that though, Long Island iced tea is a favorite. But I mean, that's like when they say don't take away from the alcohol. That's why I like it, because I like it when you can only fucking taste the alcohol, right?
Yeah, but that's vodka. Like, you know what I mean? Like with vodka, it's a bit different to gin because you don't have so many flavors infused. So it's more about what you're mixing with.
Yeah, So there's nothing worse than getting a Long Island that they just put way too much fucking everything else but the alcohol in it, and then it ends up just tasting like
a fucking
garbage.
Fruit cup.
Yeah, that's right. Whereas I just want the fact that this has lots of different alcohols.
Yeah.
And I want to be fucked up. The Chandelier Bar at the casino, that's my favorite Long Island iced tea, bro. That's the place I've never gone to that bar ever. I'd always just gone to like, now especially the Pirate Life one upstairs.
I love them.
Always gone to the sports bar, looked for a little flap on a tap that said it was $8 something or others or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
And then I had a mate be like, you need to try Long Island from this Chandelier Bar.
Yeah.
And now I never do any, like the minute I don't go anywhere but that bar, as soon as I walk into the Cass, get the most fucking woman cup of all time, and then walk around with that as I feed some pineapples into the pokies. That's a good time.
Yeah. So we originally touched a little bit on your music journey. So let's talk about where we are now with SwordfishTrombone.
And so you're in a band called SwordfishTrombone.
Yeah.
Before we get into the story of you being in the band, tell us about the fucking name.
Yeah, tell us the name, because you don't see too many, and there's no space either. I found today.
No, that's right.
It's just SwordfishTrombone, just all the fucking letters mashed together.
The thing I like about it straight away is that it's very much like Wormholes, in that the reason we like it being called Wormholes is that you have no fucking idea what you're gonna get.
Yeah,
and that is very much SwordfishTrombone. Are you ska? Are you fucking prog? Like, you know, what is it? And so tell us the story behind the name.
Well, I've been jamming with these boys for 2 sessions at that point. The singer comes in, fucking makes a fucking whirlwind of a time. Do you remember the band Our Cobras?
Yeah, I do actually, yes.
So the singer from Our Cobras is now the singer of my band.
Okay.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, that was one of the most like world-renowned revelations that we'd had at this point. And then we were sitting there trying to figure out now.
Yeah, were they named after the Simpsons thing?
I'm pretty sure.
Whereas like, Cobras. Do you remember that from Simpsons? Dude,
so many Cobras.
Yes, I thought that's what they were named after, which is why I fucking love the name.
But yeah, so their singer is now singing for my band.
Wow.
Yeah, killer.
And then like we just had this little sort of little segue and fucking reconnection with all these things, and we were just like, what do we call ourselves? And he was talking about Tom Waits, and I'd said something stupid about a swordfish, and then I think something about a trombone, and just sort of like you smush the words together, and everyone was just like, "Yes, that works."
What an evolution! Like if you look at the singer in particular, like Krober, I can't speak.
I thought you were going to say R. Kelly.
Jesus Christ!
The raspberry Lamington Stout got me fucked.
Talking about R. Kelly.
This is good. This is the first time I've had this. I went in there
Yeah,
tonight. I was like, I feel.
I've been eyeing that one off for a little while. This
is good too. This sparkling barrel aged lime goss is not bad either. They have a. We'll come back to this in a second, but. Have you had their lemon meringue sour at the distillery, at the brewery? Oh my God. I had like 11 of them on my birthday. They were so good. I love sours, but like some of them are a bit like you couldn't drink multiple of them.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I love lemon ones, like lemon and lime ones in particular, but this lemon meringue one was fucking off the chain.
Anyway.
So yeah, what an evolution of from R. Cobra for him to Swordfish Trombone. Like they literally sound like they are
brothers.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys have been together for a pretty ridiculously short amount of time.
Yeah.
You've played how many shows did you mention?
I think we're at 11 right now.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's pretty fresh. I saw on Spotify you had like an EP. Was it an EP?
Yeah, it's 4 tracks. That's all we got right now.
And you've only been jamming for how long?
It would have been like 3 months before COVID.
Wow.
Right. Okay. So two.
So you've been jamming for a while though. Don't you? Obviously, the shows is a byproduct of the fact that you've not been able to play them for so long. And how? So you've just played a Battle of the Bands that was to make it to Wacken Festival, which I believe is the biggest metal festival in Europe. Is that correct?
It's the biggest one I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah. Well, I know from the latest Parkway DVD, they talked about how that was like the pinnacle for them, is that they never headlined that festival and they wanted to.
It was like 500,000 people or something like that.
Yeah.
Over the weekend.
I like thinking about how far Parkway have come. Like I reckon they could actually do it. Like their stage show is insane.
Well, that's the whole DVD is about them doing it. Yeah, and that, like how
did they headline it though?
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah, they did actually headline it. It's on Netflix. If you've got Netflix, the Viva La
Viva La Underdogs.
Is all about them headlining Wacken. So that's the only reason I even know about how insane this festival is. But you guys, so they did a Battle of the Bands that was it the Weld? Like I'm assuming it was.
Like it happens in various countries around the world, and then like you win the finals, and then you fly to Wacken to play this fucking one stage all together.
Right.
And
that's crazy.
I was just like that is the most insane thing ever.
Yeah.
And then you wake up on day after playing the SA one, and you get this email saying Swordfish Trombone, congratulations. And you're just like, oh yeah, we just like they're congratulating us for playing it. Awesome. Fuck yeah. And a couple hours later, your singer sends you a message. It's like, guys, we have to make it to Melbourne. And you're like, what? Nah, no way. Like, fuck off.
Then you reread
it takes like 6-7 times, couple of hours. You've actually got to take some time and separate all the bits that you've read and put them together in the correct order.
Yeah.
And then once you finish that piece of fucking jigsaw puzzle, you're just like, holy shit, guys, we might actually go to Wacken.
Yeah. So you went to Melbourne and played the next stage?
Nah, yeah. Played the next stage of the competition. Yeah. And that was a fucking...
Yeah.
So it was good.
Yeah. How
many people were coming?
I think there was 11 bands.
Yeah.
So like Wacken 2020 was cancelled due to COVID.
Yeah.
So like the competition to get to that, the finalists from that competed in this year's one as well because they didn't get the opportunity to make it to the actual end of the road.
Yeah.
And that was pretty sick. So one of those guys won it. I'm pretty sure that's Lycanthorpe.
Okay. Yeah. I had heard of them before as well. So and so then they've made it, and now they're off to play the international. Or is that it now?
That's it.
They just play the festival
so
now. Wow! Festival. So you were one step away from playing
Germany,
and for a band that's been 11 shows deep, that is nuts.
Yeah. Like, so we played that festival. And we were just kind of shitting ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how many patrons were there when you were doing the? Obviously, the Adelaide one would have been a bit smaller than the Melbourne one. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was fucking tiny.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Tiny.
Yeah. But the Melbourne one was pretty big.
Probably about 3 times the crowd.
Yeah.
It wasn't huge, but there was enough crowd to be like, fuck
be nervous.
Look at all
Yeah.
What's nervous, man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a born and bred performer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it must be something where that it's still a huge win for you guys, though, to be able to be like, if we can achieve that in that amount of time. And I mean, obviously, international battle of the bands don't happen every 3 months, but you know, it's still something where you're like, if we can be recognized even on that scale, we've definitely got something here. And we should invest more time and effort into it.
Like 600-700%. Like that.
Yeah.
When we on the way back, we were just kind of singing to ourselves, just like that was the fucking best time ever. Like we made so many friends. We got so many friends coming over to SA for like various shows. Like we got this one band called Beast Impaler coming over to see the Gorillas in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
gonna
sick.
fucking stop by the distillery. We're gonna fucking organize a show.
Killer.
And it was just like that is what it's about. Like
Yeah.
I don't really give like we didn't win, but we won friends. We won further shows. Like we've now got a fucking friend in fucking New Zealand.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
That's
And look, there's literally always next time.
exactly.
We've
Yeah.
already
Like,
done this far, so next time
Yeah.
is going to be.
Well, that's exactly what we like. This we keep talking about this, but I'll never stop mentioning it because this pod, like we've got. I was literally almost bought tickets for Patient 67 today because that's next month.
Oh, is
That's
it?
coming up hell quick
Killer.
on the 20th of August.
Yeah.
So like we had the lead singer of Patient 67 on, and their band's just doing their album tour in August, and you know, so now I've got it. Like I love going to shows, as you know. But now I've got even more reason because like I know like sometimes one or more of the band, you know, on a bit of a personal level or I've heard their story, like we've heard your story tonight. So now I'm super motivated to go to the show, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, I want to go and see them because I want them to succeed and I want them to have my money and all of that kind of thing. So like it adds such another level to my passion for live music as it is to be like, no, I have to go and support these people, not just, oh yeah, that'd be cool to check out. It's like, nah, dude. This guy's a legend. I need to go and fucking do it. So, you know, the same for you guys when you get to go and do all this stuff. You make these friends and you're like, nah, they're coming to Adelaide. I'm fucking going, dude, because we met them at this thing.
Yeah.
And
they
these
deserve,
guys
they
were
deserve
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly right. So, is there what's kind of the in the pipeline for the band now? What's kind of next? You're going to release some more? You're going to just try and get some shows happening since
we literally just booked studio time for another single.
Yep.
We got like another 4 or 5 shows coming up.
What studio are you going to?
It's fucking Ghost Note in the city.
Oh, Ghost Note. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
recorded there too. Yeah.
Like, Jack Hartley is a fucking legend.
Yeah.
Makes us sound phenomenal.
Fuck yeah.
that
dude.
last single. I love the film clip as well. That was
Yeah.
pretty. That was pretty out there. But
It was a lot of fun.
yeah, I bet. Whereabouts was that all recorded?
You know where Penfolds is?
Yep.
Like on the
Oh, like Sky area there.
yeah. Like there was a fucking park near there that we all set up for that, and then the Maylands Hotel.
Yeah.
That's where we recorded little hotel scenes and shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, and they just were like, you just said, hey, here's what we want to do. And
Yeah.
they were all good about it.
Yeah, they were just like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's sick, dude. I love when
Yeah.
places like that are.
Yeah, it was hell funny because
They're down.
yesterday we got a message from them. The owner was just like, yeah, I just checked out the video clip. It was fucking awesome. I can't wait to see you guys here again soon. And I was just
Fuck
like,
yeah.
fuck yeah. That's what it's about.
All of
Yeah,
that kind of
that's
shit
killer.
is so cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I hope, look, when you book a show, man, definitely let us know and I'll do everything I can to come down and check you guys out. And obviously, if you're happy for us to chuck that film clip at the end of this episode, then we'll get whoever manages it to send us the actual raw file. We'll chuck it on the end, and then people can automatically find the song and then realize that they want to come and see you as well, man. So we like to do that.
Fuck
And
yeah.
on that note,
We
shall
do.
we
So we-
fire into the questions?
I think we do.
Ooh.
Let's do it. We
Bring it on.
always wrap it up with a couple of predetermined questions that we tell all of our guests to answer.
Ooh.
So I'll hit you with the first one. What is your favorite song of all time?
Oh, fuck.
Yes, I love that
I love
reaction.
all that.
That was so good. Just while you think about it, right? So I'm in my training for work at the moment.
Yeah.
And she's like, we were in this like bit of a, just before about to go on break. And she's like, is there any questions about the modules we've been working on? And then there was a couple of questions. And then she's like, we got plenty of time. Like, anything else, this is the time to ask it. And I was like, what is your favorite song of all time? And so I heard that groan over like an entire Zoom call of everyone like, oh, fuck. And I was
I don't
like,
know that.
I love that noise, dude. It's my favorite.
We do say to all our guests, we say you can have a top 3, but we still do demand that you
Oh
give
no,
a
I've got a number one.
You got
Okay,
a number one.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Look,
good.
it doesn't take much thought. Like I do
Yeah.
have an exceptionally eclectic taste.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Triple Trouble by the Beastie Boys.
Okay, yeah. And that's good
Yeah.
because that's a good callback to you dropping the Beastie Boys on
Yeah.
us at the very infancy of this ep, and you've come back to call them your favorite song of all time. So that's a good round trip.
Every time I go back through memory lane, I can pinpoint sections of my life where I've heard this song and I've just felt the same amount of joy.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? That's got to be number one.
You know, I've not
fuck
listened to them enough, but
Yeah, it's
everyone
only
who
the classics.
likes them is like, you know, other than the ones that
Yeah.
everyone knows, but I've never gone and like actually tried to like find some of their
deep
niche
cuts.
catalog
Yeah.
but everyone who loves them fucking loves them. That's the one thing I will
Yeah.
say. You don't get too
'Cause
many
they're
like, oh yeah, I don't
pioneers.
mind a little bit of like, no, there are people are like, no, dude, they're sick.
Yeah,
Like,
they literally pioneered that kind of like.
Fusion pioneer.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if it was rock, punk, metal. It was guitars and hip hop.
Yeah.
Like that was the fusion, and that's like
And
we
they
have
had that.
hacktivists because of that.
Yeah,
dude,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I do
Like-
like activists, so
Oh
Yeah.
man.
I'll go back and listen to some beasties. All right.
Yeah. Hit him with number 2.
Question number I always fucking blank on one
Do you
of
want me
these.
to do this one as well? Because
Yeah,
I
go
actually
on,
remember
yeah.
this one for once. I'm normally the one that blanks.
Wait, I got it.
You got it?
Oi.
Who is your favorite comedian or comedic actor of all time?
There's not many of them. There isn't too many of them.
bit more.
Bill Bailey.
Bill Bailey?
Yep.
Oh yeah, what a man.
Like the
More
most
Black Books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Books was one of the funniest things.
Have you ever watched Black Books before?
Nah.
Oh,
Oh,
it's a
nah.
British like
It-
comedy
Darkest
TV
of
series.
dark comedy.
Okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
really
I
good.
feel like in a day like
Mitch Hedberg. Was it Mitch Hedberg in that?
Dylan Moran.
Dylan Moran, that's what I'm
Is
thinking
it,
of. Yeah,
what year was this kind of?
I don't know. You off the top of
early
my head.
2000s, like maybe very early 2000s, late 90s.
I think somewhere in
Yeah.
the 90s.
Okay, cool. I think I need to check it out, because
Oh,
in a day
yeah.
like today where everything's a problem,
yeah,
I think
this
some
is-
dark humor
yeah.
would be really good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bill Bailey's amazing. What's his Tinselworm? His stand-ups from like that time around there as well.
The Cosmic Jam.
Yeah.
That is my number one
Yeah.
from him. Like, hilarious.
He's great. Have you even seen any of Bill Bailey's comedy?
No, I literally haven't seen any of it. Yeah.
He's great. He's great. Very
He-
much that like, you know, highbrow British humor.
Slapstick, but also slightly
Okay.
musical.
But yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
No, he's good.
Interesting.
He's very good.
Because on
Yeah,
the side
right.
of being a fabulous comedian, he's also pitch perfect.
Right. Okay.
And that is
Yeah.
like one of the most incredible skills to have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then also looks like a fucking dropped pie. So
Oh, no. Dropped pie that's been hit by a train.
yes, he does.
Okay, interesting.
He looks like he's a dog's breakfast of a human being.
Love
but
it,
He
love
got
it.
talents in other ways. And
That's
that's, you
all
know,
that matters, man.
you can't have it all.
Can't have it all.
unfortunately.
Can't have it all.
There you
Right.
go. Question number 3 for you, my man.
Question number 3. Do we have a dedicated number 3, or is this the
It-
one
it
where,
kinda
where it starts
rotates.
floating now?
Yeah, it kind of rotates a bit from here. But
All right. What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
yeah, that's definitely floated.
Look both ways before you cross the street.
Wow, we've never had
We've
that one
never
before.
had that
But
one,
what
yeah.
a fucking a very important piece of advice.
Definitely.
Because
definitely.
without that, well,
take it.
Look, it's either that or just keep moving forward. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never really been given much good advice.
Yeah.
I've been given lots of advice. But
yeah, but doesn't really fall into the good category.
yeah, it's just another puzzle piece for this giant piece of.
Whatever the
What
fuck.
is it?
Yeah.
They all fit together, but they do not make a picture.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, look both ways and keep moving
Look
forward.
both ways before you start moving forward.
Yeah,
That's
there you
nothing.
go. We'll meld them
Yeah,
together
yeah,
into
yeah.
some sort of swordfish
Yeah.
trombone
Some
of
sort
advice.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Question number 4. Have you ever meditated before?
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
What is your experience with it? Is it something you still do?
It is like meditation became a thing I sort of figured out how to do elsewhere. Like for me, meditation is playing drums, playing music. Like
Yes.
puts me into that separate state of mind where I can just go blank, but full force at the same time.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's physical with drums, isn't it? It's like me when I play guitar. It's like I completely understand. It's like you're almost like because especially when you know the song really well, it almost just happens, and you're kind of in that zone. But with drums, I imagine it'd be quite different because it's very physical. It's not so much finesse; it's more like physical. So I
Oh
imagine
mate,
that
you
kinda...
you wouldn't believe the finesse you need.
Yeah.
Like-
yeah. I guess that's
yeah,
what,
but I mean like
No,
obviously
like-
it takes
like-
talent. But I'm saying the movement is so much bigger than that. you know?
Honestly, not really.
Yeah.
Like
You don't reckon?
I can sit there and do this and like basically the same kind of movements for
Yeah.
hours on end,
Yeah.
and I'll hardly be doing a thing, but you'll be hearing it going, "Oh yeah, that's
Okay, interesting.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah." Like,
I think the thing is, though, the duality of what you're talking about, though, is that flow state where you are getting into that thing where you're like, this is just happening so like organically that I'm able to completely tune out of like, oh, those bills are sure coming up due, you know, because you're just so in tune with that thing that you're doing.
Yeah, the energy of it.
Yeah. Look, that's really cool, man. I think one of the cool things I've learned, even from when we started this podcast and we started asking that question, is how many people have their own interpretation of meditation.
Yeah.
But that's cool in itself, but it's also that people actually coming to terms themselves with what they're doing is meditative, if that makes sense, right? Because like, I guess 5 years ago or whatever, you probably wouldn't have had that answer. We wouldn't have thought this, you know what I mean? It's
no. Honestly, I still had that answer. But at that point, meditation for me was painting.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah.
Like, can of spray paint on a wall, and it was just like, here we are.
Yeah.
This is the place.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what taught me how to meditate in the points in my life where I can just go, yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, finding something where you're like, this allows me to fucking just check out and focus on something else other than whatever the fuck's going on in my ADHD autistic brain, right?
Yeah.
So that's really cool. But yeah, I think it's just, it's so cool that it's not I think someone said it on the pod where they're like, it's not the sitting on a fucking rug.
But some people, that's what it is.
Of course, yeah. But
Yeah.
it is so much more than that,
Yeah,
right?
definitely,
There is a place where that is exactly it. But then there's also
It's almost like
painting a wall.
different forms, I would say. You know?
Yeah. Well, like I've always
Limitless.
said, playing games is mine, you know what I mean? Where it's
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
focus on what I'm doing in the game so much into that flow state of whatever I'm doing that I can't be focused on whatever the fuck's going on in my life.
That's one thing about games I've always really love. It's like you fall into a world almost. When you're really into the game, you're in that world. Like,
Oh, yeah.
And that's where it's so frustrating, like how much hate that it gets like on a mainstream level about, oh, it's making kids that and it's making
violence
this
and all
and
this
it's like,
stuff, yeah.
But it's like everything. If you teach kids or whoever it is that moderation is key, then it can be everything that they need as well. Like to be able to fucking check out from what's going on at school and whatever. But you shouldn't be letting them do it for fucking 16 hours a day and then not go to school and not have social interaction. It's like everything is problematic, whether it's sugar or whatever, you know what I mean? But they just, just demonize it and it can't possibly be giving any sort of benefit. And it's like, if it's allowing them to come home after the worst day ever and go, hey, I'm going to go into this little fucking game of Fortnite, I'm going to shoot someone in the head and I'm going to have a laugh, but then I'm going to get to bed in enough time and I'm going to have a good night's sleep and I'm going to go to school and I'm going to have a better day tomorrow. How is that a problem?
It all comes down to, at the end of the day, the one word, balance.
Yeah.
Right? And that's like, because even too much water can kill you.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
exactly
Like,
right.
So it's like, I feel like balance is one of the fucking biggest things that we don't get taught about.
Yeah, I think
Ooh,
so too.
Yeah.
You look like you had something to add to.
Oh, no, I just had some really, really dumb comments to throw in there.
Oh,
I was
okay,
like,
I'll throw
you know, oxygen. Oxygen kills everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Everyone dies
Yeah.
of over-oxidization,
Yeah.
and nobody's done a thing to stop it.
yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Well, I think they're trying with all of the anti-aging and the NADs and all that kind of stuff. They're trying their best, but really, here's another random question.
No, you just need to
If you
coat
could-
yourself in plastic. Like,
yeah,
oxygen
and just
can't
don't
get
breathe.
you.
Yeah. If you could take a pill starting now and you would know that you would live to 600, would you do it?
No.
Nah.
No way.
Nah. Too long?
I've experienced so much shit already.
Imagine
and
if
if
you're
I have to do
600,
this for 600 years.
another
like,
550 more years.
It's
or
crazy
whatever,
how
like,
different I think about that now. When I was a kid, I was like,
I want to live
I
forever.
wanted immortality so
Yeah.
bad as a kid, which is weird because you're so young, I was like, no, I'd watch fucking Mortal Kombat and I'd realize that, some of these people like Raiden is immortal. And I'm like, no, dude. And I guess maybe just Raiden, especially who played the first Raiden? Christopher Lambert? Was it Christopher Lambert that played? Whoever played the first Raiden from the movie. I wanted to be that dude. Man. Like, I've got lightning coming out of my fingers. I'm funny.
Yeah.
I'm going to live forever.
Pyramid hat with the fucking dope. Like,
Everyone fucking looks up to me as the man. I can teleport in and out of places. But as I'm older, I'm like, yeah, dude, immortality, fuck that. Like,
I wouldn't mind 150.
yeah, I think I could do
I
it.
feel like 150 would be like, all right, I've had the time to be able to accrue enough freedom units, is like dollars, I guess, to be able to go see different parts of the world that you might not be able to see in the time of 80 years or whatever.
What age are you, but what age, like let's say if a normal lifespan is 80 years, when you're 130, are you the average 60-year-old? Or?
Yeah. So,
okay.
so
Yeah,
let's
alright,
just assume
cool.
that it runs like that. So when you're 150, it's like when you're 90 now or 95 now.
yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Oh, like that's that thing. Oh, yeah, but everyone you ever loved is gonna die. Yeah, but I'll be on the fucking
Yeah,
beach
but they
in
might
the
be 100.
Bahamas, like,
But they
for
might
50
last to
years.
152. Like.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Well. Yeah. I'd do
But then,
150.
then it starts bringing in the thing. All right. Well, if everyone lives so much longer now, they're gonna fucking make everything harder, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like it's
And
naturally
then
gonna.
overpopulation does start to become.
Yeah,
we
but,
get way too fucking
that's not a
hectic
problem
right now.
anymore because we're actually below the rate we need to sustain it now.
Dude, I've already started farming people and eating them.
You reckon they have?
No. I've already, like, at this point in time that you
Yeah.
are talking
Oh,
about,
yeah,
I've
of
already
course.
started farming.
Farming people. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that actually segues into the next question really well.
Very
What's
well.
one conspiracy theory that you believe in?
Medicine controls the world.
Oh.
Yeah, a bit of a farmer, bro.
We've done a bit.
We've done a little bit
on
of a
Big Pharma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely
Yeah, I
fucking
agree.
agree with
Yeah.
that, man. I think the last 2 years has been an absolute fucking testament of that. Did you see that meme I shared yesterday
Which one?
of the my body, my choice
Oh, yeah.
rallies happening
Wild,
everywhere,
bro.
and in asterisks down the bottom, proof of vaccination must be
Fucking
shown.
wild, bro.
Do they not even read what they're writing?
You know the thing
No.
I've realized is we live in a clown world now, bro. No, there is no logic. It's almost like it's fractured. You've got half the people that are like, all right, I just want to fucking get along with my day and do my thing. And you've got the other half of the people that like almost live in a completely alternate reality because no matter what facts or logic or whatever you throw at them, it doesn't matter. It's just narrative.
The politicians coming out, and this is the thing, like, I shouldn't even have to fucking preface it, but obviously I am completely in support of the my body, my choice thing for any of these issues.
Yeah.
But it's like all of these politicians now coming out because of this Roe v. Wade thing being like, oh, we need to fight for my body, my choice, but we're literally screaming fucking get vaccinated
Yeah.
from the
Like
rooftop
not even
6 months ago.
Yeah.
Just blows my fucking mind that's not like...
People don't even see that or conceive it.
Yeah. See, that's what's
like,
wild.
it's just insane.
Is there a particular pharmaceutical a medical thing that stood out to you then
Oh,
that made you say that?
I'm a type 1 diabetic.
Yeah.
I believe that my condition could have been fucking cured years and years ago.
Yeah.
But I'm part of a multi-trillion-dollar industry that continues to make things more expensive.
Yeah.
And then, you've got the amount of people dying of black market insulin in the US. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. What is the going rate for insulin these days? Is it fucking expensive or what?
without any help from the government, it's for one of mine, which I use, like, get a repeat every 3 months, about $3,500. And then the one that I get a
Really?
repeat of every like 4 or 5 months is like $4,500.
Wow.
Fuck. And that, so
That-
wait, do the government subsidize it all
Yeah.
though? Oh, that's okay. I guess.
Yeah. But there is a point where they were like, you know what? We can make money off of this. Like, we
Yeah.
should probably remove this.
Oh, so they got rid of it?
No, they tried to.
Oh, they tried to.
Yeah.
Okay. How much do they subsidize then? If it's
I think I get it for like $60 without like any fucking Centrelink or anything.
Yeah.
oh, that's okay. That makes
Yeah.
it a lot more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like
yeah.
it's viable.
Yeah.
But that's only in this country. There
Yeah.
are other
yeah.
countries.
Well, that's where it's
we
like
are
private
paying.
healthcare is the
And
fucking.
There's no way it costs $3,500 or $4,500 to produce.
Exactly.
There's just no
Yeah.
way.
Like,
Because
nah.
you have had whatever it is, the science behind it to be able to work on it for that amount of
Oh,
time. You've just
yeah.
decided that it's one of those things that people literally need to survive so that they will get it at all fucking costs, and you're happy to fucking make a buck from it in the process. So yeah, no, I can see how that is the type 1 diabetes segue into complete distrust of the pharmaceutical industry. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So what's one conspiracy theory that you think's bullshit then?
Yeah. It's flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the most common one.
Yeah.
Like,
We don't ask that all the time because we're
'Cause
starting to get
most
the theme, but
people
we
are
thought we'd
saying
throw it
that.
out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, it's time for the main question, the question that everyone comes here for. Would you rather fight a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
100 duck-sized horses.
Yep.
I can kick them.
Yeah.
I can
yeah.
kick them so
Another one
so
for
much.
team.
Look, a giant duck is fucking horrifying. Have you seen the inside of a duck's mouth?
Everyone seems to be horrified
Hold
of
on,
this big
there's-
duck, but I'm just like, whatever. Like,
No,
maybe
no,
they
no,
could
dude,
choke
hold
me,
on a
like-
sec, you
Once
missed-
it opens its bill, you're fucked.
But it's got no teeth. It's not that aggressive.
Have you ever seen the inside of a duck's mouth?
No.
No. Do they have teeth?
No, but it is fucking mortifying what looks like inside. Then you times that by what?
A horse.
Let's say
25,
20, yeah,
30
yeah.
times? Like that is that, and then you're going in that like straight away. There is
like they're not very intelligent though, bro.
It does.
No one's ever actually brought up the whole being swallowed by this duck.
Yeah.
thing, which I
Animals
haven't-
don't need intelligence, man. Look at them.
Ducks.
Look at bugs. Look at ducks.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna eat you because you look like food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd give it a good big fucking right hook and shit be done, mate.
He has to defend himself because the numbers are starting to stack up a bit now. I'm getting a few more.
I think probably overall you'd have more on your side, but it's
Yeah.
not. For ages there, it was 50-50.
Yeah, no, it was.
Yeah.
I'm saying just recently
Probably
it's
the last
started
maybe
to,
2 or 3.
It's starting to teeter in the direction of the.
I also think
I love that we don't agree though, because we do agree on a lot of things.
Yeah,
so
well,
it's
we
good
did that
we
like a
have,
personality test, and it was like
Oh,
a 5 or
identical.
6% different.
Which
So
one
we're
of
like-
you is a psychopath though, or is it both?
I think it's probably a little bit of both.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Let's be real. Yeah.
Well, man, thank you so much for coming out today. You caught a bus down here. That's dedication
That
to
is
coming on the
dedication, yeah,
podcast,
thank
man.
you.
So,
man.
yeah, that's we tried to make it happen last week. Obviously, a bit of a mix-up. You thought you were working, thought you weren't working. We'd already said, we won't worry about it this week, but we got you back the week later.
We're done. We're good.
Anything you want to plug in terms of where we can find Swordfish Trombone
plug
stuff?
your-
You'll
socials.
find us on the Facebook. You'll find us on the fucking the Instagram. You'll find us on the fucking the what's the one you
Spotify?
street- Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one.
Is it all just at Swordfish Trombone?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah,
No
Swordfish
underscore.
Trombone.
Yeah, well, it's not a name that you were really going to have to compete for too many fucking.
Hey,
That-
yeah.
That's another reason why we chose it.
Yeah, because
because
it's instantly recognizable
the SEO
and
is
not,
easy, yeah.
not competing with any other fucking blood on the sky with wings fucking shit that every other band is doing at this point, or one word names that it's just getting
Oh,
so.
the one word names have become a lot more popular in recent times again.
I know,
Like,
it's
they
just
kind of died off for a while there. Now
Yeah.
they're back again, man.
Yeah, they went back to the like 4-word names
Yeah,
of
to the 4
fucking
words.
amidst the demons of my fucking
of the
Oh
past.
man, I'm still
or-
back in the one word names. Like all the new bands, I'm finding like 1-2 words. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck it.
Yeah.
Well, let's ask you quickly before, because we talked about all your taste. What else are you jamming at the moment? Quickly before we
Well,
let
we've
you
got a hip
go.
hop side project. Like
Yeah.
that's slowly taken off.
Okay, well, have you
Fucking-
got a name for that you can drop or?
Well, you'll find him on Spotify. His name's Hasthi, Hasthi.
Okay.
He's a Sri Lankan dude that I started fucking pretty much building a band for.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, wow.
So
that's
that'll be happening, and I'm writing some funk in the background. But that's you'll never find that.
Jazz.
Yeah, okay.
The slap bass. That's where the slap bass comes into it.
But is there any bands or anything that you're getting around at the moment?
Thrill Kill,
Oh,
Okay.
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 Wolfpack.
Oh my god, what is
Oh,
this?
where are we?
What is
What?
this
Is
fucking
this black metal
German
or-
black metal?
Wolfpack is the bee's knees of funk.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah, you got the Fearless Flyers. They're fucking incredible. Winnie, Wynne, she's a fucking sick rapper.
Yes, I've actually seen her. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Is that the one that they thought was Eminem's daughter? Then it turned out she's definitely not.
I think I saw something about that,
Yeah.
but I honestly I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, she did a gig where she said something about, I'm Marshall's daughter.
Oh,
or
yeah,
whatever,
yeah. She's
And everyone
got-
was like, oh, it's Haley. And it's like, no, dude,
No.
it's fucking Winnie.
No.
All
it's
right.
not.
How about we finish it off? Right. Song of the week.
Oh.
Let's do it.
Yeah, all right.
Have you got your song of the week?
I can find one very fucking
I've
quickly.
got mine stuff. So
All right, go
I'll
on. Tell
start.
us. Tell us what it is first.
Ever since a couple of weeks ago, I went and saw I Prevail. All right. I've been fucking digging the fuck out of their new song, Body Bag.
Oh, yeah, you showed me
Yeah.
that here, and it was good.
It's killer. It's killer. Definitely worth a listen. And they got an album coming out. Not too far at all, actually. So
And you got to see him a
Yeah.
week ago.
yeah,
and they were
fucking
good. How were Motionless in White, dude? Because I would have loved to see that.
every band. So it was Wind Waker the opening,
Yeah.
and then it was Motionless in White,
Yeah.
and then I Prevail. And no shitting you, like one of the tightest, like technically tightest and best mixed shows I've ever been to. But Thebi's a good venue anyway. Yeah. But they're just fucking top tier bands, really. Like,
I'm gonna throw out that bloody Within the Ruins song Deliverance that I found the other
Within the
day
Ruins
that had
is
a
good, yeah.
huge breakdown. I used to love
Those
Within
guys
the
are
Ruins.
so good.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're fucking sick, eh?
And I remember Pato showed me their first full length album all those years ago, and I just like their album after that was okay, but it wasn't as huge as that first one.
Yeah.
So I kind of tapered off with them a bit. I was like, wonder what they're doing now. I think Ronin, which is one of my favorite songs of theirs, came up in my playlist. I'm like, I'm gonna see what else they've released.
Yeah.
And then that song Deliverance, and
That one
then
came
actually
up.
that never really been a huge like chuggy breakdown band at all. It's all been like
Yeah, it's
techy.
all like, yeah.
And so that song has a huge breakdown after an absolute tech fest. So I was like,
you were
that
like,
really tickles. Have you got a
Right,
song
you
of the
doing?
week for us?
Oh man, I got two.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Two
so-
songs of the week.
Everything Sucks and I Think I'm a Part of It by Destrage.
okay.
So they're Italian prog.
What's a Destrage?
Destrage.
Okay. Oh,
D-E-S-T
right.
Rage.
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
They're weird guys. They sing about zombies and shit. Like
Cool.
Killer.
heaps of fun.
Yeah,
Yep.
sick.
And I was just like, you know what? I haven't heard these guys in a while. I'll check them out. Holy shit, they got a new. They're recording with my favorite record label. Amazing.
Sick.
Yeah. And then, oh god, I forgot the other one. Nah, too late.
That's all right. Destrage it is.
That's
Yeah.
what it is. Song of the week. Well, thank you so much for coming
Yeah.
on, man. It's been an absolute pleasure
Thanks,
to
man.
just even be able to catch up, but to also
Yeah.
have you on and talk about all the cool shit you have going on. So hopefully things keep fucking kicking on like they have been, man. It's good to hear and good to see you doing so well. So keep it up and yeah, thank you so much.
Make sure you go down and you follow SwordfishTrombone on whatever social media. And make sure we haven't done a plug for ourselves in ages. Make sure you follow along Wormholes Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. But we're trying to get some of the more short form content going pretty soon, I'd say. So make
And
sure
we
you go
shut
check-
down the merch store because you're all pieces of shit. No one was buying it. So and a last little thing, shout out to my man Craig Brooks who sent us that beautiful message about the pod.
Yeah.
Then I didn't reply to him, and then he just messaged me tonight saying, "No worries, mate." And I was like,
You're like,
"I'm
"Oh,
sorry."
shit."
I'm like, I literally read this message out around a bonfire and then forgot to reply. And he said, "Sure, you did. You hate me." So
Well,
now
shout
when
out,
he listens to
Craig.
this
We're
episode,
giving you a shout out now.
We love you,
He's
Craig.
going to appreciate.
Yeah, we love you, Craig.
That's, we love you very much, Craig.
All right.
We love you, Craig.
We love you, Craig.
Craig.
Bye, Felicia.
They 20s. They 20s. No, they 10s.
They tens. I keep
But
it
I keep
clean.
them clean.
All right, we better shut
All
up.
right, peace out,
All
man.
right, peace.
Adios.
No one